Take a break with teachersub.com. Quality video lessons ready when you need them.
Welcome to a fantastic episode of Master Cursive with Colors. I'm Miss Jackie and super excited to curve and swirl some cursive letters with you today. This lesson will continue the cursive lowercase letters of L, B, and E. The past lessons had you start with big rainbow writing movements and then medium-sized practice, and today that will change to smaller movements. Before we can start, let's make sure you have all the supplies ready for today's lesson. You will need one big dark marker, and you can use any color you'd like. Finally, you need workbook page 23 from your Master Cursive with Colors workbook. If you need to gather your supplies, pause the video and go get them. I will wait here until you get back. Hands up if you're ready to rock this learning. Let's get to it. Okay, we have everything for today's lesson. We have workbook page 23 and a dark chunky marker. I'll be using green. This is page 23. It is the third lesson in our learning of lowercase L like ladybug, B like balloon, and E like eagle. So let's take your marker, and we are not in this lesson going to mark where it starts or stops. That should already be known, and we can work together right now. So with our markers, let's go to the top of the paper and write our names on it. My name is Miss Jackie. Please write the name you were given. And our directions say to copy the sample and then write it a certain amount of times. On the first line, I see we could write it 6 times. That's true for the second and the third line. And then when we have to change from L to B to E, then we're going to have 4 tries at that. Obviously we have 3 letters and 4 tries, so something's going to have to be written twice. And so I'm going to write that we will write all of our letters between 4 and 6 times. Can you please write 4-6? We are ready to start our lesson. So turning the paper to the right because I'm a righty, but turn it to the left if you are a lefty. We are going to just work together to complete this paper. We already know that all the letters start on the baseline, so take your marker and let's go on the baseline for the lowercase tall letter L. And we'll place it on the baseline, and let's up slant, turn to the left, pull away under that midline, and curve up for a connector. Well done. Let's do the next one together as well. And we're going to up slant toward the top line, turn left, cross, and make a connector. Nice job. And let's up slant, turn to the left, and curve on the baseline. All right, I think at this point of our learning, you can finish the rest on your own, and I will work while you work. How did you do? First check, make sure all the L's are tall and touch the top line. Mine are yours? The next one, we want to make sure that we crossed our lines underneath the midline. I've done that, have you? And then we want to make sure that we're not too big and we're not too small, and we're just right, just like Goldilocks. And if I had to look at all of my letters, I think, this is a tough one. But I think this one is a very good one for me. Please choose your best one, and remember you can't pick the sample. All right, we are ready to go down to the next row. This is the letter B, like balloon. And I'm going to tilt my paper, please join me, and put your marker on the baseline, and let's up slant toward the top line, turn left, cross our first line, touch the baseline, come up toward the midline, and then make a happy tail or a walking bridge. Nice job. Let's put our marker on the baseline, up slant, turn left, cross our first line, touch the baseline, and come up near the midline and make a happy tail or a walk across bridge. And let's do one more together. Up slant, turn left, cross, touch the baseline, up toward the midline, and a happy tail or a walking bridge. Well done. I think it's time for you to finish this row on your own. And you know, I'll work while you work. How did you do? Let's just check our tall letters are all touching the top line. Mine are doing a pretty good job. This one didn't quite make it, but it's very close. And then we cross under the midline. Did that pretty well. And that I come off the baseline and go up toward that midline for that bridge across. And pick your very best one. And I have to say, I think mine is right smack in the middle. Where is yours? Okay, let's move on to the next row. E. E moves exactly the same way. It just does not go as tall. It is not a tall letter. E is for eagle. Let's get our papers ready and let's put our marker right on the baseline and let's up slant, turn left at the midline, cross near the baseline, and up for a connector. Beautiful. Make sure it's not taller than the midline. Next dot, up slant, turn at the midline, cross that line, and there we go. And let's do one more together. Nice. Now I think you're ready to finish the row. Good luck. We are now ready to look at which one is our best. Make sure none of them are taller than the midline, and make sure you can see a loop in them. E is a little harder to loop because it's a little tighter. And when I look at all of my E's, I think this one is my best. Which one is yours? Now remember, the expert in anything was once a beginner. So we do our best and then let it rest. We are now ready to move on to the very last row, where we will not make a whole row of L's or a whole row of B's or a whole row of E's. We will switch from one to the other. So let's trace the L. Ready? Baseline, up slant, curve left, down to the baseline. B, up slant, turn left, cross, baseline, up, make a happy tail. And E, up slant, not so tall, midline, turn left, and there we go. Okay, now I think I'm going to follow this pattern, LBE. So you do while I do. L. How did you do? Now I notice that there's one more here, and so I think for this last dot, you should do the letter that you feel you need the most practice with. And for me, I believe that is letter B, like balloon. Coming back up and making that bridge to the next letter is unusual. Not many letters do this, but a few do. All right, and in all of that, choose one that you wrote on your own that you think is your best. Great job. You are mastering the magic of cursive. Today we practice smaller letter formations in just the right size. Keep practicing by copying more pages from today's lesson and working on your own until each letter feels just right. Remember, keep dreaming, keep doing, That's the secret of winning. And did you know your brain's like a treasure chest? Once you learn something, it is yours forever. So keep writing, keep smiling, until we meet again for more handwriting happiness. See you soon.